Hi all, welcome to yet another episode of One Pitch Catch. There were a few squad announcements over the last couple of days, and we thought we'll go into them. The most major of them being the Asia Cup squad announcement, given that it starts earlier, and we do have the Women's World Cup starting around end of September. So Pakistan had announced their squad a couple of days ago. They've left out Rizwan and Babar Azam. Very interesting. Maybe it's form, maybe it's ability, or they're just not matching up to T20 requirements. India announced their squad earlier today. Shubman Gill is vice captain, so which means he definitely plays. Uh, the other thing that's interesting about this tournament is that it's actually supposed to be India that was hosting this, but it is now going to be played in the UAE. This was a decision taken last year itself, so it's not really related to the recent fighting between India and Pakistan and some of the allied decisions around it. India is the defending champion. If you folks remember, this was Siraj blowing away Sri Lanka for 50 in 2023. So yeah, with that context, Ganesh, what are you thinking about the squad announcement, Shubhan's selection as vice captain, no less? And what do you think 11 makeup could look like?
Yeah, I mean, Shubman as vice captain is definitely surprising to me. But I don't think you can fit him into the squad and not giving a leadership role also, given the way he's performed in England recently. So it is a double-edged sword for the selectors, I felt. So they had to bring him in and also give him a leadership role. In fact, if India had lost a couple of T20 series in the last couple of, they would have given the captaincy itself to Gill,
Possible.
I feel. But India has been doing very well. The last time they lost a T20 tournament or a series is exactly 2 years ago in August 2023.
Oh,
Um, so they couldn't touch Surya Kumar or the team. Majority of the shake-up was not required with the way the teams were performed. The team was performing. So I think, but Shubman getting into the 11 is surprising to be honestly, because Abhishek and Sanju. I mean, Sanju has been a little inconsistent. It is one or zero kind. But I don't know if Shubman has to open, one of them has to drop down. Maybe Sanju has to drop down a slot, or maybe even kicked out
three
of
or four
the
slots.
11. So I am not sure how that is going to affect Sanju's confidence. I mean, because he's played for, I think recently I saw an interview where he's played for 9, 10 years now.
Yeah, almost 10
But
years now.
yeah, but he's in the last 2 years only with T20 he's had a consistent run. With the ODIs he never had a consistent run. Though he had in fact, after scoring a ODI 100, he was dropped from the squad to the
Okay.
subsequent series. So he's always never. I mean, to be honest, he's not made use of his chances. Also,
Hmm.
he himself has been found wanting in a lot of international games. But
Yeah.
though everybody feels that, I don't know how
How
it's
come? How come he's
surprising.
not?
How come he's not doing well is a question. Um, but I mean, Gill, like I said,
But it's interesting, right? Recently in the interview with Ashwin, he only said Gautam Gambhir told him, even 21 times you score a duck, I'll pick you. So maybe let's see if that holds true.
no, he
Or hopefully
not.
he was truthful as well.
I mean, probably he doesn't even get a chance to score those 21 ducks now. um, I mean, interestingly, when you mentioned the Siraj game where he blew Sri Lanka for 50, in that game, Shubman Gill was opener along with Ishan
Oh,
Kishan.
okay.
When India chased 51 for no loss, was
Yeah, yeah.
Ishan Kishan and Shubman Gill opening. So
Okay.
I mean, Shubman Gill, if based on IPL performances, if Shubman Gill deserves a place, and one question to me is why not Shreyas also?
Yeah.
Shreyas also deserves a place. I feel based if it's the IPL performances being considered for T20 selections, I think Shreyas also deserves a place. Maybe Gill scored a little more runs than Shreyas at the end of the tally, but there were very impactful runs. Both of them scored. Shreyas also scored. In fact, Shreyas took his team to the final.
That's true. That's true.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I mean, I think
So
there are a couple of other omissions also. Washington's on the, I mean, for all the promise that he shows with bat and ball, such a valuable all-rounder, especially now that I think he's beginning to realize the potential. strange he's not there. Then you have Yashasvi Jaiswal again, whose game, and he's proved it over multiple years in the IPL. The Those are some pretty interesting omissions along with Shreyas. My other counter question is, why do you need to pick Jasprit Bumrah? This would have been a great opportunity to give the exposure to some other bowlers and test them out and find out what they are capable of. Because this guy is going to play eventually when that World Cup comes, he's going to be
Yeah.
in anyway.
Yes.
So
I
why
mean,
not
anyway,
give the opportunity?
true. I mean, even when the World Cup comes, he will be, like you say, he will be in, and deservedly he will be in. It's
Yeah.
not
I mean, at the most, before the World Cup, there may be a one or two series. You just lead him into that,
his
he'll be fine.
Yeah, so he definitely should have been rested. Given the way that he was rested for two Test matches in England, this Asia Cup was a good opportunity. I mean, I don't know what if are we going to play UAE and Oman, and will Jasprit Bumrah play only the
Yeah.
Pakistan game? And I think Oman
Oh,
and
that's a
UAE
possibility. That's a
are. So
possibility. If you can pick and choose which test you play in England, then you can also pick and choose which T20s you play, right?
ideally, why do you want to play Jasprit Bumrah against Oman or UAE? I mean, I think those are the two
Yeah.
teams
Maybe
in
to
our
get
group.
a double hat trick or something like that.
So I think he will pick and choose Pakistan, the Pakistan game, the semi-final and final if we go there.
Yeah.
Um,
அங்கேயும்
but
மூணு தானே?
yeah, exactly. And missing two games, the other two
Missing
games,
two.
Oman and UAE or Hong Kong. I'm not sure who is in our group.
Hong Kong
Um,
is, I think so, yeah.
okay, so so out of 5 games, he'll play 3. Now only we can announce. Hmm.
So,
Um,
yeah, I mean, those are some
And
interesting
but one other
takeaways.
thing in terms of selection, I feel Shivam Dube and Rinku Singh are lucky to be in
Hmm.
the squad. I feel, given the way there are a lot of middle order Indian players are coming up
Yeah.
in the in the recent IPL. In fact, the last couple of series, I mean, of course, Tilak Verma, Surya Kumar, Sanju, yeah, Abhishek, they scored a lot of runs up front. Hardik in a couple of games. So Shivam Dube and Rinku Singh didn't get enough opportunities. But a
True.
couple of times when they got opportunities, also they didn't do very well.
Yeah.
So even in IPL
Shivam
this
Dube
year,
was definitely disappointing.
even in IPL this year. So all that, considering all that, I feel both Rinku Singh and Shivam Dube are lucky to be in the squad and
Yep.
probably just resting on past glory. I hope they score runs or selectors start looking at other options because a lot of young Indian options are coming up in the IPL, as you have seen, Jagat.
Absolutely, yeah, yeah. And you're not even talking about folks like Ayush Matre, who could be a prospect, and then you have Vaibhav also
Right?
in the queue. So there's a lot of batting potential, and even that's why it's jarring that they go back to picking somebody like Jasprit Bumrah for this tournament. You don't need to. This is a great opportunity to, maybe it's okay. You give Umran Malik another chance. I don't know, maybe test
Even
somebody
Prasidh
else out in
Krishna,
T20s.
even Prasidh
Prasidh
Krishna
Krishna also.
is in the reserves. He's not in the squad.
Yeah,
Who I think he bowled extremely well. He was in the
correct.
IPL. So, and I mean, of course, Siraj is not there.
That's fine.
So that's fine. But even Prasidh is not there. Prasidh would have been a great option to play instead of Bumrah this series,
Correct.
I
Yeah.
feel.
I mean, I don't understand why so many reserve players for a tournament that's happening 2 hours by flight away. That also I don't understand. So
And also, every game
unless,
has three games, 3 days gap with all
yeah,
the
there's enough.
group
Yeah. Anyway,
standings. There
so
is
yeah,
enough
that's
time.
that's about it. So we'll see how the makeup of the 11 looks like. It's going to be interesting because I mean now Shubman is vice captain, therefore he will play. So it'll be interesting to see how where he fits in. He's obviously will be opening. Then who gets moved around? Does Sanju, like you said, does he not even be in the 11 and they probably have Jitesh keeping, or somebody else suddenly puts their hand up saying, I can keep as well? We don't know. Because apparently Rinku Singh is bowling in the nets also. So all sorts of possibilities are there.
Right. Rinku Singh and Surya Kumar have bowled 2 overs and won us a game not long ago.
Ah, okay.
So, um,
Anyway, so
okay.
yeah,
So
that's,
what do you think? So the 11. I mean, Sanju has to be in the 11 just for the to
I
keep.
think so.
So which means a rough 11 that I can think of is Abhishek Shubman, and then Sanju goes to number 3.
Mostly,
Tilak
yeah.
at Tilak at 4, Sky at
No,
5.
Surya maybe at 4 and Tilak Verma at 5 possibly.
Okay, okay. And then It could be
Then
Shivam.
maybe it's Rinku or Shivam, depending upon perhaps size of
That
the
makes
ground, opposition,
okay.
spin, etc.
That makes it 6. Hardik is 7.
Hardik will be there. Aksar is there.
Aksar and Varun almost pick
Or
themselves
Kuldeep. Like
again.
any two out of Aksar, Varun, or Kuldeep, I think.
Okay, okay. And Jaspreet and Arshdeep then.
And Arshdeep, yeah. Then the others will probably, Harshit Rana and some of the others. Maybe like if Jasprit Bumrah doesn't play, then
Okay,
it'll give
okay,
an opportunity to somebody else.
okay, okay.
Yeah, let's see. The tournament starts on the 9th, like I said, so it's still around 3 weeks to go. We'll wait for some of the other squad announcements that will come up soon. The other squad announcement that happened was Indian team's squad for the Women's World Cup, the 50 over edition. It starts in India on the 30th of September. The only major, I think the squad is pretty much on expected lines. The team has been fairly consistent over the last couple of years in terms of who has been part of the squad. Shafali Verma, who is seems to be out of favor, at least as far as 50 over games is concerned, remains out. I think that's the only major omission. Rest of this, I think the squad has picked itself through performances over the last couple of years. It's going to be interesting because the side seems to be in pretty good confidence. They just recently won against the England team. So
In
we'll see. And it's
England.
a home World Cup.
Hmm.
So there's going to be some pressure, but the players have been exposed to WPL, etc., over the last 2 3 years. So and a lot of tournaments. So it'll be interesting. We'll obviously get to that as we get closer to the tournament.
Yeah, that's excellent. India beat England in ODIs also
Yeah,
this time. So that should be a nice. And one good thing about India is, I mean, they were sweating on Renuka Singh's fitness. If
right.
I think I just read that she's fit enough, so
Correct.
she's
Yeah.
part of the squad. So that should be an interesting tournament coming up soon.
Yep. Yeah, that's about it. So yeah, nothing else. We'll come back in a few days' time as we get closer and closer to the Asia Cup. There's a lot of other cricket happening around the world. Australia versus South Africa. We'll get to them later. Until then, goodbye from One Pitch Catch. Please stay connected. Give us your feedback. Give us your updates and your comments. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.